quite short like I am, you might want to grab a thick book. I'd say the Yellow Pages, but they don't do those anymore, do they? A thick book or a block or something. I'm quite short, so just for this start, where we want to sort of ground ourselves, just make sure that your feet are on the ground. So once you're settled, just give you a few moments. I was slightly early then. You can always pause this if you're doing it later on and go ahead and grab what you need. Okay, so once you're sat in your seat, just go right to the back of your seat, sit up nice and tall, make sure that the feet are on the ground. So like I say, if you're quite short like me, just bring something underneath your feet. You won't need it for the entire practice. Just closing down the eyes, rest the hands onto the thighs. Just settling into your breath. Just finding some ease in the body and with the breath. So we tend to think of chair yoga as being for older people, but really it's a fantastic way to practice yoga, not only if you're older, but maybe if you have mobility issues, an injury, maybe you're just feeling really tired. There's so many reasons why practicing chair yoga is good, and it is for absolutely everybody. It's something I like to do from time to time. If you work in an office or at a desk at all, you might pick up some little stretches you could do throughout your day. A friend of mine recently, she used to work with me. She now works in an office, and she asked me if there's anything that she could do at a desk. So it's really great if you do that kind of work, or if you do spend a lot of time on your computer for other reasons. So just finding a sense of stillness. Connect the feet to the ground. Okay, gently opening the eyes. So I'm just going to remove my block that I had. Come a little bit further forward on the ground, on the chair, so that I'm able to bring my feet to the ground now. We're just going to start by syncing up some small movement with the breath. So bring the arms, allow them to dangle by the sides. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Drop the fingertips down. Inhale, palms touch. Bring the hands down in front of your heart center. A couple more times with your own flow of breath. Inhaling as you rise the arms. Exhale as you lower. One more. Lovely. Inhale, take the arms up overhead once more. And then interlace the hands behind the back of the head. Press the head into the hands. And lift the chest so you get this arch through the lower back. I'm just going to turn on my chair so you can see. And then as you exhale, allow the spine to round forwards, draw the elbows towards each other. Moving in between those two positions for our seated cat-cow. Just a few times with your own breath. I often find that in this seated posture, I'm able to get into the cat stretch more deeply, which feels really good. And coming back to a neutral position. Okay. Just bring the hands down by the sides. Bring that right hand and grab hold of your chair, wherever's accessible to you. Inhale, take that left arm up, and then coming into a side bend towards the right. But keep pressing the feet into the ground. Inhale, come back up through centre, swapping sides. Left hand takes hold of the chair, right arm rises. Find some length, and then taking your side bend. Inhale to centre. We'll just go once more to each side. So there's lots of different ways that you can actually practice chair yoga. We're going to do the majority of our practice today seated, but you can also swap in sides. You can also use it to help with balancing postures, so you can do your standing postures nearby your chair, using it for support. Come back to centre. We'll take a twist, so bring that left hand over towards the right leg, maybe onto the chair, wherever feels comfiest. And then just reaching around with that right arm, maybe holding onto the chair, maybe hold on to the base of the chair where you're sitting. Just whatever feels right for you. And the chair really helps you to get a little bit deeper into this posture. Because we're seated, our hips are facing forward still, so we're really twisting from the waist. But perhaps in a way that we don't quite experience when we're seated on the ground. Okay, coming back through centre, just take that to the other side. Nice deep breaths, nice tall spine. Okay, unravel back to centre. We'll just bring our attention to our lower body now. So just because we're seated doesn't mean we'll neglect the legs. You can squeeze that right leg up, interlace the hands over the shin, squeeze it in. Try to sit up nice and tall so you're not sort of leaning back or slumping in the spine. Really squeeze and lift. And then interlace the hands behind the back of the thigh and extend the leg. So you're straightening it. Doesn't need to be perfectly straight, just whatever feels right for your body. And point and flex the toes here. Or maybe circle the ankle one way and the other. I find it really hard to circle my ankle when it's extended. You can always just bend the knee a little bit. You might get a little bit more movement into the ankle joint. It's different for everybody. Okay. And then taking that right foot, just cross the ankle over the left leg. So allow this knee to drop down as much as it will on its own. Sit up nice and tall. And just gently hinge forwards a little bit until you feel some sensation into the outer hip and the glutes. Doesn't have to be a deep fold, just warming up. So if you work at a desk, this one's a really great stretch. I highly recommend doing this throughout your day, and it's something that your co-workers perhaps wouldn't find odd. And then bring that right hand, take hold of the right foot. So it doesn't really matter where, you could grab hold of the toes or the outer edge. You're going to extend that leg forwards and then rotate the chest as you twist towards the left. The leg doesn't need to be perfectly straight. And if that feels like a little bit too much, maybe you just hold on to the back of your chair, just so that we have some extension and rotation through the chest. Lovely. And release that leg down. Maybe you just gently move the legs a little bit. Notice how one leg feels different to the other, or it doesn't. We'll move to the other side. So when you're ready, lifting that left leg up, squeeze the knee in towards the chest, interlace the hands behind, over the shin. I've lost for words today. Okay. Interlace the hands behind the back of the thigh now, extend that leg forwards. Doesn't need to be perfectly straight. Just point and flex the foot. You're activating all the muscles in the back of the leg. And then maybe you take some circles with the ankle. So again, you might want to just bend the knee slightly if it feels like you get more movement by doing that. Not a very glamorous sight of my foot, I realise. Lovely. And then bringing that left foot, cross the ankle over the right knee. Lift up nice and tall. Find some length in the spine. Just allow that knee to drop down as much as it wants to. And then exhale, just gently hinging over the legs. So it might be totally different on this side. Don't want it to be too intense, just so that we start to get a sense of some sensation in the outer hip and glutes. We will come back to this one a little bit later and go a bit deeper. You don't need to go at it 100% right now. Maybe you bring that left hand onto the knee and gently ease that knee down a little bit, but really gently. We're not forcing. Lovely. And then taking hold of that left foot with the left hand, extend that leg forwards. Take the right arm out and twist. Again, you can always hold on to the back of your chair for this. Nice deep breaths. Lifting up nice and tall through the spine. And release back to center, unravel. So just take the feet out a little bit wider and shuffle a little bit further forward onto your chair. And we're just going to roll down in between our legs till the hands touch the ground. Just allow the head to dangle, gently shake out the head. Right, and slowly roll your way back up. You can keep your feet at that distance if that feels good, or bring them hip width. Really doesn't matter. Just go with what feels right for you. Bring the arms down by the side. So this is our mountain pose. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. As you exhale, take the arms wide, hinge at the hips and fold forwards. So coming back into that position we were just in. Inhale, bring the hands onto the legs. Extend the chest forwards. This is your halfway lift. So nice and long in the spine. Exhale, soften back down. Inhale, just sweep the arms out, around and up. And bring the palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll just flow through that twice more. So drop the fingertips down to come up. Inhale. Exhale, spread your wings as you dive forwards. Inhale, hands to the legs. Extend through the spine. Inhale. And exhale, folding back down. Sweeping the arms out, around and up. Inhale, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time. Drop the fingertips down to come up. Inhale. Exhale, diving forwards. Inhale for your halfway lift. Really squeeze the elbows back. And exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, take the arms out, around and up. And exhale, the hands to heart center. Lovely. So we're going to do a little bit of core work. And it's actually easier than you think to do it seated. So bringing the feet hip width apart. Just going to take hold either side, so you're holding onto your chair. Make sure that you're not sat right against the back of the chair. You want to come forwards a little bit. So holding onto your chair, we're just going to lift one leg, doesn't matter which, lower, then the other. Just seeing how that feels. So you're just using your chair for support, you're not holding on for dear life here. And then see if you can float the leg up so that the shin, if you can see, is parallel to the ceiling. Lovely. Keep that going. You might notice a little bit more work going on when we do this. Apologies if you can hear my belly rumbling. Lovely. And then we're going to find our boat pose. So you might start with just one leg extended and just come up to the toes on the other foot. Or maybe you lift both. So just holding here. Maybe you extend the legs straight. Maybe you let go of your chair and reach the arms out. It's entirely up to you. You can always hold on behind the back of the thighs to help keep the chest lifted. And slowly come back down. Lovely. So taking the feet hip width apart, if you'd move them, arms down by the sides. Right hand onto the chair, left arm reaches up and over, side bend. Inhale through center, take it to the other side, exhale. Inhale to center, take the arms out at shoulder height, and then take the legs out. So you're making this big star pose shape. Take a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then bend the knees, come up onto the toes. Bend the elbows, palms shine forwards. This is our goddess pose. Lower the heels if that feels a bit intense. Lovely. And then drop the heels. Keep that right knee bent and extend the left leg straight. Bring the right forearm onto the right thigh. Left arm goes up and over. And coming all the way back up, drop that left hand to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over this time. Inhale back to center. Bend that left leg again. Maybe come up onto the toes. Take another goddess. So if you lifted the heels, it just adds a little bit more work into the legs. And then extend the arms, extend the legs for star pose. It's kind of like a relaxing, release the tension in the legs pose. Bringing the feet back in, arms by the sides, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, take a side bend to the left. Coming back to center. Just taking a breath here. Feet are nice and grounded. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Lovely. And then we'll repeat that little sequence. So keeping the right arm down. Inhale, left arm extends and take it up and over. Inhale to center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale to center, arms go out at shoulder height. Extend the legs straight, star pose. Doesn't matter if the toes are on the ground. Most of us probably don't have that sort of flexibility to do that anyway. And then bend the knees. Heels can be lowered or lifted. Then the elbows, palms shine forwards for goddess. If you feel like you need a little bit more work, just lift up off your chair. Lovely. Lower the heels, extend that right leg out long this time. Left forearm comes to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. You're not dumping your weight into this leg. You should be able to move that hand away. Actively press up and out at the same time as reaching the right arm across. Coming up through center, bring that right hand onto the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. And coming back through center. Bending that right leg, so we're coming back to our goddess. Heels can be lowered or lifted. And again, maybe if you want a little bit more work, you lift up off your chair. Take a full goddess pose. And extend the arms out, extend the legs out. Maybe give them a little bit of a jiggle here. Take a hold of your chair, bring the legs back in. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale through center, exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale back to center. Lovely. So we're going to return to that seated pigeon pose that we did, and we'll go a little bit deeper this time. I'm going to start with the left side. So bringing that left ankle, cross it over the right leg. Sit up nice and tall on an inhale. And exhale, folding forwards. Maybe you come a little bit deeper this time. So you can always rest the hands, one on the foot, one on the knee. Maybe take hold of the chair. Might help you to get a little bit deeper into it. Just explore this and then finding some stillness. Inhale to lift all the way back up. And then cross that leg fully over. Bring that right hand onto the left knee. Left arm, goes behind as you twist. Sitting up really tall. Maybe the hand comes to the back of the chair, maybe it comes onto the side. Unravel back to center, keep the legs crossed. You're going to move the feet, hopefully you can see that, away from each other. And then lift the legs up. Maybe you can reach hold of the feet and draw them in towards you. Maybe hold on behind the back of the thighs. Really doesn't matter. I think the ankles are probably the most accessible. Lovely. Take hold of your chair, lower the legs, unravel. Just recenter yourself if you find that you've moved. And then bringing that right ankle on top of the left thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, just hinging forwards. Going as deep as you like. Again, maybe you keep the hands resting on the legs. Maybe you take hold of the chair. If you're holding onto your chair, just make sure that you're not sort of really gripping on and allowing tension to creep into the shoulders. And slowly lifting up, cross that right leg over the left leg. Don't know what's wrong with me today. And take your twist towards the right. Apologies if you can hear my belly rumbling, I'm starving. And unravel back to center, keep the legs crossed. And you're going to lift the legs up, squeeze them in towards your body. So maybe holding on behind the back of the thighs. Maybe you can reach the feet or the ankles. And just see if you can splay the feet as far away from each other as possible. And slowly lower them down, holding onto the chair. Unravel. You can sit right back in your chair, so maybe if you needed something underneath your feet, like at the start, go ahead and grab that. Just sitting up nice and tall, feel supported by your chair. You can just allow the arms to dangle so that the shoulders relax down, close down the eyes. Just taking a few breaths, noticing how you feel. And bringing the hands together in front of the heart space. Gently bow the head. And just thank yourself for showing up for a practice. And I thank you for allowing me to guide you through that practice. Blinking the eyes open whenever you're ready to. Okay.